Hey guys, this is Rob, and I wanted to introduce our coaches. We have two reasons for this video today. Is to let you guys see who's been helping us for the last 14 days. And secondly, Drew has got a story that is just amazing regarding his journey as well. So this is Drew and Marcia Robbins. Welcome.
Hey. Thank you, Rob.
We're very excited. Tanya and I, as you well know, we got heavily involved with this 2 weeks ago, I guess now. And through your help, we began to lose weight. But more importantly, we've educated ourselves on food and what we should be eating and what we should not be eating. Yeah. And it's just a amazing amount of information that I didn't think at 62 years old I'd be studying, but I'm excited about it. And thank y'all for helping us do that. So let's just start. How did you guys, what's a little bit of your background? Where you from? How'd you end up in Paradise here?
Okay. We're from up north. I'm from New York State. He's from Ohio. We raised our kids in Ohio. We moved down here almost 7 years ago. And very shortly after, we started Fit Your Way, which was a fitness studio. About 3 years later, about 3 years ago, we started this wellness program, which we call 3-Pillar Wellness. And because we wanted to offer the community something more than just fitness, what we had come to learn through functional medicine and through this program that I got certified in, we learned that food is really the most important aspect of our health. I used to believe that fitness was the most important thing, and I still believe that fitness is very important, that you have to have both parts, but that what we eat is really what determines our health or our illness. And so that's when we started this program, and we saw tremendous results immediately in our health. I was on probably 10 different medications. I had IBS and irritable bowel syndrome, and reflux and fibromyalgia. I had been previously diagnosed with lupus, although that diagnosis was iffy. And I had migraines and I couldn't sleep. And although I was really fit and strong, even stronger than I am now, I was very sick. And he used to call me the sickest healthy person he knew. So I saw my results immediately. Within 2 weeks, I kept getting rid of my medication, one thing after another, and it was amazing. But Drew's story is really miraculous.
Well, Drew, you remember the first time I met you?
Many years ago when you guys were starting the practice.
We started the practice, and you walked up, and you had a cane.
Maybe 2 at that point.
And I remember that, and even months after that, I would see you at places, and you always had at least one cane. Right. So, what's your story?
Well, my story is quite dramatic. I retired pretty early at 48 years old. I actually stopped working, and the reason was I had sustained a spinal cord injury, and with a scarred thoracic spinal cord, which is constant pain. Shortly thereafter, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And rheumatoid arthritis is a disease where your immune system actually attacks your good cells. And mine started in my hands. At the time, because of my back injury, I walked with 2 canes. I couldn't grip the canes because my hands were in such agony from the rheumatoid arthritis. One of the things I like to tell people to get their attention is that this is my death year. 2018 is 7 years past my diagnosis. Men on average, statistically, die approximately 7 years after a rheumatoid arthritis designation. I remember when I was originally diagnosed, I said to the doctor, I do not have rheumatoid arthritis. And the doctor said, well, I'm going to send you to a rheumatologist who's a specialist in autoimmune diseases. And I went to see the rheumatologist, and they gave me a more advanced test. And it came back and they said, you have rheumatoid arthritis. And I said to the doctor, I really don't have rheumatoid arthritis. There's no way. I just had a spinal cord injury. There's no way I could have rheumatoid arthritis. I've been healthy my whole life. Well, the doctor said, we have another test we can run that will basically determined beyond a shadow of a doubt that you have rheumatoid arthritis. Had the test, came back moderate to aggressive level of rheumatoid arthritis. And I had to admit, I guess I haven't asked me to find you have this disease that's supposed to be such a terrible disease, and I knew it was terrible because of all the pain I was going through. And I asked, what do I have to do to cure this? There is no cure, is what the doctor said. I said, well, what should I do? And they wanted to give me medication. Basically, for rheumatoid arthritis, you take immunosuppressants. And I said, immunosuppressants? You mean you're going to suppress my immune system? The doctor said, yes, that's what we have to do to keep it from attacking your good part of your system. And I said, well, how long do I have to take it? For the rest of your life. I think there might be some connection between take it for the rest of your life and only 7 years of additional life on average. I do know that people don't die on their birth certificate with rheumatoid arthritis written on it. Right. It is pneumonia, it is unspecified infection, it is odd cancers, it's all these things. And personally, I haven't seen any statistics that show exactly what it is. I believe it's a big part of it is you have a compromised immune system. And so any bugs that are out there or anything that your body should fight, it doesn't really have the capacity to fight. So with me, we started this program, and we are the laboratories for everything we do. All of our clients, and we've had over 140 go through this program.
Wow.
We tested on ourselves, and so we did test it. We dove in and we used the Institute for Functional Medicine guidelines for how we should eat, and we similar to what you and Tanya are doing, we dove in and we really wanted to know everything. Marcia got certified. I was right there by her side, and we just dove in and did everything we could. And we started eating, and we started eating. I mean, that's really the right thing to say. We started eating properly, and we got rid of the things that were damaging and inflammatory to our body. And basically, within 30 days, now let me back up a second and just say that rheumatoid arthritis is a disease of flares. So it's a disease where you have a flare and you have terrible symptoms and you have malaise, which is kind of like a depression. You don't really care about anything. You're just miserable. And everybody is at different cycles for how often they get it. I was about every 6 weeks to a month. It was terrible. I was either going in or out of one, and I was in a lot of pain, very sick, and taking a lot of drugs. And within 30 days, I realized I'm not in a flare. And I haven't had a flare. 30 days of just taking the inflammatories out of our diet. And I was then able to start exercising.
So you said 30 days you started seeing improvement.
Mm-hmm.
When did you not use a cane again?
Well, I was bound and determined at our daughter's wedding, which was November 2015?
Mm-hmm.
October 2015, yeah. Sorry, Tiffany. But I was bound and determined I was going to at least use one cane for most of it, and then when I danced with my daughter, I was not going to use a cane. So I made that goal.
And that was 3 months after we had started this.
Exactly,
meeting.
yeah. And by the end of the year, I believe it was the end of the year, I was able to walk without my cane. I had gotten to the point, as a matter of fact, I drove around for a long time with it in my trunk because I was afraid that I would need it and I'd be stuck out somewhere without the capacity to get to it. And I obviously don't have a cane anymore. I don't ride around with a cane in the back of my vehicle. So I can honestly say that I have not felt as good as I feel right now.
So speak to your RA factor.
So when you have rheumatoid arthritis, and you go through blood panels, and they look for something called a rheumatoid factor. Everybody has some rheumatoid factor. The average person has, I believe, about a rheumatoid factor of 6. And that doesn't mean you have rheumatoid arthritis. That's just the rheumatoid factor that's average. My rheumatoid factor on my latest blood work, which was just a couple of months ago, was 0.2. So the average population is 6. Without rheumatoid arthritis, I'm 0.2. I mean, I don't know what other proof you could possibly want that what you put at the end of your fork is more powerful than anything you find at the bottom of a pill bottle, because I had lots of pill bottles and lots of pain and lots of agony and no success until we changed how we ate. what we ate.
Again, we wanted to offer the community something more than fitness because we knew there had to be more than just fitness that we needed in our lives. So I got certified in this, program, and then we, like he said, we dove into it. We applied it to ourselves. We saw miraculous and really quick results. And then we were like, we have to share this with people, So that's how it all started.
Yeah, and let me add that we have seen this do miracles in so many people's lives. I mean, a lot of people come to us initially looking for a weight loss program. But one of the things people don't understand is when you look at an obese person, somebody that's overweight, you think two things naturally. You think you eat too much and you don't move enough. Those are the things you think. Obesity, adding fat to the body, is a biological response to things other than just those two issues.
Right.
That response of adding weight becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. As you get heavier, it is harder to move. But all of that fat that you put on your body kicks out all kinds of chemical signals, hormones, other things that cause your body not to work in its optimal fashion. And therefore, you're going to continue to put on weight. Our program is specifically about getting healthy. When people get healthy, their bodies shed the fat, they shed the weight. They start to see things happen that they haven't had happen for many years or maybe never. For me personally, I always was what's called a hard gainer. I mean, I was an athlete in college, and I worked out really hard, I lifted weights, I ran, I biked, I did everything for many years. But I had trouble putting on actual muscle. So what I find now is I have cut so much body fat that I can actually see the muscle I have, which is nice. The other thing is I can actually put on muscle where before it was quite difficult. And I don't know what that biochemical change is that allows that, but I'm pretty happy with it. And I've seen a lot of people go through this program get the same kind of results. And it's the greatest thing we've ever had the opportunity to do. We get to touch people's health. We get to put them in touch with their own health.
It's something we're really passionate about. And, we just want to tell everybody, and we have these seminars periodically, and we just want to come, just hear what we have to say, and no obligation to join us, just here, because this has been so miraculous for us and for so many other people.
So if there's one or two takeaways, what is it? What would you like to leave our followers with?
I would say that two things. If you want to lose weight, absolutely, this is the way to do it. We didn't really talk about what we do, but this is the way to do it. But more than that, if you have any kind of health issues, especially at our age, we're starting to have these chronic diseases. Chronic diseases do not go away, and medicine does not heal a chronic disease. Right. This is the only way to heal your chronic disease.
Right.
And I've got a couple more.
Okay.
All right, number one, don't be afraid of this. This is not hard. The majority of our time and our focus is spent teaching people how to turn this into a lifestyle. And not just something they do for a while. Our 3-pillar health program is not a vacation from making poor decisions and eating bad food. It is a on-ramp to a new lifestyle, and that's exactly what we focus on. How can we teach you how to do something that you'll want to do the rest of your life? And there are skills involved in that, and we teach those. And the other thing is, relating back to what Marcia was saying and what you're doing with reaching out to your family, we have seen marvelous things happen for family members who didn't do the program, but family members of people who did do the program. Or even our family member who decided to dive in. Our son, my sister, my mother. I mean, it has been phenomenal. Nephews, yes. It has been such an important thing to us personally, and to see other people get the same thing happen in their life and see their children get healthier, to see their other family members, spouses get healthier, nothing's better. I mean, what we do is the greatest thing in the world, and we are thrilled and we are blessed to be able to do it.
Well, thank y'all for sitting
you.
down with me today, and we look forward for I guess the program we're with is 3 more months, right?
Yeah.
So
A little bit more. Your team will start toward the end of the month.
Right. We'll do that. All right. Well, good. Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Rob.
Thank you, sir.
See you.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.